Madam Grosset, I thank you for your introductory words, but also for the passion that you have to address healthcare challenges in Europe. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that our healthcare systems in Europe will not be sustainable in the future in the face of financial constraints and the demographic crisis that Madam Grosset referred to, unless they are subject to radical reform. Also, patients in Europe need equal and fast access to innovative medicines. Europe also wants to regain its leadership as the pharmacy of the world, as a healthy society is the cornerstone of sustainable development and also economic recovery. As an industry, we are uniquely positioned to respond to these challenges. Our sector is a major creator of wealth and innovation. We account for 19% of global business R&D in Europe. We invest 17% of our turnover in research and development, which is more than any other sector. We employ close to 650,000 people, including 117,000 scientists. Our industry is really a strategic industry in Europe and can really be a driver for Europe's economic recovery. Today, I'm here to urge policymakers to use the current economic crisis as an opportunity to rethink and modernize healthcare in Europe. Our vision has three main objectives: ensure swift and equal patient access to the best and safest medicines. And safest medicines comes back to Madame Grosset's issue on counterfeit medicine. We have to address issues in our distribution mechanisms. Secondly, we have to achieve modern and efficient and sustainable healthcare systems. My message this morning is, if we continue as present, our current systems are simply not sustainable. And of course, to support further development of innovation and medical progress. Let me just touch on these. If we look at access to best and safest medicines, what are we prepared to offer as an industry? We are prepared to work harder to demonstrate the added value of our innovations and do so in a transparent manner. And we hope by doing so we will speed up access and remove roadblocks. We also want to provide high-quality, non-promotional information about disease treatment. Madam Grosset mentioned in the pharmaceutical package, one of the most controversial issues is information to patients. As an industry, we want to enable patients to take a more active part in their health. However, I want to make it very clear today that we are not interested in direct-to-consumer advertising, and we're also prepared to have all of our information, if necessary, vetted by independent third parties. We also, and again I want to thank you for your support, we need to work to increase the traceability of products, and we have recently launched in Sweden a new coding and identification system that could reduce, if not eliminate, the risk of counterfeits, and we will present this later today. In return, we ask Member States and the European Commission to move speedily on the pharmaceutical package, removing obstacles to health information and to develop concrete measures against counterfeit medicines. On the second objective, achieving a modern and sustainable healthcare, what are we as an industry prepared to do? We're prepared to get involved in more active dialogue with governments so that they can plan for our new innovations and avoid damaging short-term thinking. The sort of short-term thinking that means that today very few pharmaceutical companies are researching in the field of anti-infectives. As a result, European patients and patients around the world will have less new anti-infectives in the future. We want to partner with healthcare professionals in ensuring that our medicines are used effectively, so reducing waste in the system. And of course, we want to play our role in encouraging more active disease prevention. In return, we want governments to increase competition in the areas of generic markets and in the distribution system, because by doing so they will create room for innovation. We also will encourage governments to look at alternative sources of funding, including a greater role for private health insurance, patient top-up payments, as well as more rapid access to OTC medicines. On the third and final objective, supporting medical innovation, we commit to further invest in research and development to ensure that European citizens have new medicines that can address issues such as Alzheimer's disease. We will also commit to maintaining a strong industrial base in Europe, which is important. Indeed, I would say critical if Europe is to deliver on its goal to become a knowledge-based economy. And we will work with all stakeholders to accelerate access to new medicines. In return, we ask the European Parliament and Member States to recognise and reward innovation, and do so by ensuring that there is strong intellectual property that recognises the contribution that medical innovation is making. Ladies and gentlemen, the message today is we realise we have to play our role more actively if we are together going to address sustainability. Because if we continue on our current path, then I'm afraid that Europe will not be able to address its healthcare needs in the future. And remember, at some point for everybody in this audience, health is not just a luxury, it will become your only priority. Thank you, and now I'd like to hand back over to Madame Grostet, who will discuss the very serious issue of counterfeit medicine.